Hello, party people. Welcome back. It's the road to SDAT. It looks just like SDAT, doesn't it? It walks, talks, quacks, sings, it does dances. It's basically SDAT, except it's the road to SDAT. Because SDAT is next weekend and the weekend after. Weekend 1 will run from the 25th through the 27th, and weekend 2 will run the 1st through the 4th. So, tons of really cool stuff coming up later. Tons of really cool stuff coming up on the other weekends. Let's just peep the schedule, shall we? We just saw Retro Wavy do WarioWare Smooth Moves. We have Nightmare Creatures coming up next by Kefka14. I believe Sai is joining him on the gun. We have Ultima, the First Age of Darkness by Organ Mike. After that, followed by The Grey Hill Incident by R2 Dad 2. Zelda's Adventure for all you cool CDI cats in the afternoon. We have a stronger 2.5 hour Super Smash Bros. Brawl run after that. And then we're wrapping up today with the Street Fighter 6 tournament for Speed Doc's bragging rights. So I will be in the tournament. Dayman is in the tournament. He was kicking around here earlier. Silent Hero has entered. Let's see. Jake F. some numbers. Highly ranked. Jake F. some numbers. There's Crunchy Brown will be entering the tournament. And then 3 of Dayman's friends. Mario, Lion, and Optalk. So, fun fact, we all play unique characters. So that will be interesting. If you don't know anything about Street Fighter, do not worry. This will not be a crazy VGC presentation. It is just going to be Leon. It's pronounced Leon. I lived next to a guy whose last name was Lion, spelled the same way. So Leon it is. All right, so we have a poll up right now. I expected this to be a moment of contention amongst the ranks. I expected this to sow the seeds of mistrust, distrust. It was going to sow all the seeds. Any hoosers. It is, what is the best ingredient in trail mix? That is a bid war going on right now. We have a $9 donation from Anonymous that went towards M&Ms, I believe. So M&Ms are currently the best ingredient in trail mix. Second place is raisins with $8. We have peanuts. Cashews and almonds are one option. So if you are Team Cashew or Team Almond, you are banding together for the greater good. And sunflower seeds. So I'm interested to see which one of you thinks that sunflower seeds are the best part of trail mix. I haven't met you yet, if you are that person. Unless you're a potato who's going to take that position to annoy me. But yeah. So get those donations in. Let your voice be heard. This is a binding resolution. This will settle the trail mix debate once and for all. All right, folks, we are...
waxaa u jeclahay jabaatiga way macaan yahay ari waa lahayn ari waxaa baabaysay cimilada kulul iyo abaar dhulka ah annaga markaa saas baa lasoo guurnay way xanuunsatay xanuun baa ku dhacay shuun tag ah hooyo ka soo qaaday isbitaalkii keentay caafimaad waa ilaa waa ka soo caafimaaday way fiican tahay marka la ciyaarayo waa ka qoslaysiiyaa markastana waa la ciyaaraa waa nin mahad celiya oo ilaashan oo xanuunsan dhakhtarka noo geysan oo noo caafimaadiseen kulliin waa nin mahad celiya
All right. Alrighty, so here we are. I was going to say we were going to take a quick pause for the cause. We are going to hear from our friends and our charity, but we did that already. So here I am on the other side of the world, on the other side of the time skip. We're making it happen through the power of the internet, ladies and gentlemen. So that was what I was going to say, but now what I'm going to say is that we're here, and here we are. It's Kefka14 doing Nightmare Creatures, and I will let Kefka take it from there.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me. It's always lovely to, do anything for a Speed Docs event. As CJ said, I'm going to be running Nightmare Creatures for you all on the N64 version. I'm joined on commentary by Cyanide Gunner. Cy, say hello.
Hello.
We're just going to jump right into it. Before we do, quick disclaimer though. You'll notice that there's a mode up there that says Unlimited. It is off. I just wanted to point that out. So there's no shenanigans going on here. But we're going to be playing as Ignatius. There are 2 characters you can play as. This is any % Ignatius in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you. So starting off here, you'll notice me immediately clip out of bounds, and we're going to be running into the void. Get very used to this site, because this is like 95% of the run.
Walls don't exist in this game. It's great.
Yeah. Explain a little bit about how that works.
Yeah, so essentially the clips are done, you start to move and then pause on the next frame, which allows Ignatius to move for a frame or 2 whilst pause. And in the right position, you'll just sort of blip through the walls when I'm pausing, because the game is like, where do I put you? So it just puts you on the other side of the wall, which is sometimes in the void. And if you do go too far into the void, you will, like, out of bounds and die. But
yeah,
most of this game is spent out of bounds.
It's interesting. If you go like too far, like outside of the level geometry, the game just completely crashes. A lot of the levels in this game are really short, I will say. This run's gonna just fly by. So those of you who, the -6 of you out there who have fond memories of playing this game and being really frustrated about having to fight all the monsters, we're gonna be seeing very few monsters. For the title of the game being Nightmare Creatures, not a whole lot of creatures in this run.
Yeah, a few nightmares, but not enough creatures.
So coming up, I'm going to need a little bit of quiet time, just for a second. It's a very difficult quick kill on this boss. Okay, we're good. All right. So that's that's Sewer Snake, and basically there was a quick kill found literally just like a month and a half ago where you could just knock that pillar over and jump and attack him, and it skips like a whole phase of the boss. It's not hard, but the timing's pretty particular, and I have to count how many times I've hit him, how many times I side hop, how many times I hit the pillar to knock it over, and all that good stuff.
Yeah. What's actually interesting as well, like Kefka said, they're playing on the N64 version, and until, I want to say about 2-3 months ago, like none of these clips were thought to be possible on the N64 version, and the PS1 was actually the meta. And then Kefka came along and just...
Yeah, it was actually me and Running a Week sat down with me and was just like, hey, you can actually clip out of bounds in the 64 version by doing it this way. So the clipping method between the two versions is somewhat different. Both versions kind of have around the same time length. The game also was released on PC, but there's really not anybody that runs on PC, and currently the clips are thought to be impossible on that version. So, you know, any aficionados out there want to get to work on that.
It is worth noting as well that you can clip with Nadia, the other character, and she is technically faster because she like moves faster and stuff, but the clips are way harder because her hitbox is smaller or something like that.
Yeah, her hitbox is quite a bit smaller. You have to get a very specific angle, whereas Ignatius, you can just like face a wall flat and go straight through it.
By the way, this is hamster shit.
Yeah.
This is the worst. This is the most BS stage in the game, I'd say.
Yeah, the technical actual name for the level is Hampstead Heath, but it's a pretty big run killer. We could lose the run right now, and if we do, I have level select enabled so we can just fire back up where we left off, but I hope we don't. It'd be nice to actually, you know, finish the game like a pro. Oh, no! Oh, okay, we didn't actually... Okay, we're good. Okay, so I died once. Normally when you die there, the game down warps you to below the water plane, but for some reason that didn't happen. I've never seen that happen before, but I'm not gonna complain.
Weird.
Yeah, I'm not gonna complain. The run's still on. We're good.
I'm going to take this moment to explain the story, what little story there is. So there's a guy named there's a guy named Crowley. We'll see him later. He's a little shit. We don't like him. We'll get to that in a later. He essentially used a bunch of necromancy and science mumbo jumbo to create a bunch of nightmare creatures, and basically trying to destroy the world. But we're just trying to stop him from destroying the world because we live on the world and we don't want to die. That's it.
Yeah, that's literally it. Very simple plot. The PlayStation version has actual cutscenes between each level, whereas the 64 version couldn't do that, so they just have like a Star Wars text crawl that's like, oh, this happened and then this happened, and I guess you just have to imagine it. One thing I want to say about this level, City, this is one of the few levels where we actually spend a decent amount of time of it inbounds. You'll notice I'm taking kind of a weird path, and the reason for that is on the 64 version of the game, if you keep a monster off screen, it just doesn't exist. So I'm actually aggroing them off screen to keep them from kind of getting in my way and messing with things. Sometimes these clips can be a little finicky. You'll notice that one time I kind of just like, I missed the clip and it just sort of launched me backwards, which is pretty much what happens when you miss it. The game's like, wait, where are you? And then you just go bloop, and you're just blipped backwards.
Yeah. But yeah, we're already pretty much like halfway through the run. It's not a very long run.
There is also a glitchless category for those of you who aren't really into the whole out of bounds thing. I personally don't like it because you have to deal with a lot of enemy stuff, but if that's your thing, this game certainly has it. And it even has different difficulties as well. So we're on to the second boss now. I'll let Sai talk about this guy a little bit.
This is probably, this is probably my least favorite boss in the game. It's just a big snowman yeti guy, and you've just got to throw like explosives at it.
To be clear, you don't even actually have to throw the explosives at it.
Oh, true.
You just have to throw the explosives on the ground in general. Oh, I got hit by a snowball. That sucks. So this guy, one thing that makes this guy really suck is he can stun lock you really easily.
Yeah, this fight can go wrong really fast. But he's just got to throw his balls at you, you know?
Yeah, he's gotta throw his balls.
What is it with the N60?
You'll notice I'm just kind of tossing the dynamite wherever. You don't actually even have to throw it at him. You just have to throw it in general, and it blows up these barrels that are on the ground. You only have to throw.
What is it like?
Go ahead.
What is it with like semi-obscure N64 games and enemies that shoot balls at you? Like Doraemon, this, Books from CT, like.
Oh.
It's just.
That's Snowman. You just throw dynamite at the ground and he dies. It's weird, but whatever. Probably the most boring boss in the game.
Yeah. There are 2 bosses left.
Yep, only 2 left, and we're officially at the halfway point, more or less. Actually, no, we're a little bit over halfway, really.
Yeah. The next boss is everybody's favorite. We'll not ruin it.
Oh yeah, the next boss is great, and interestingly enough, he's really fun to fight vanilla, which I'm going to be doing. It's cool.
However,
it's cool.
if you do want to...
Yes, there is a donation incentive, though, to do the quick kill strategy on him, or to demonstrate it. I don't want to do it during the marathon run, because it's a pretty risky thing to do. You can... what has happened? Oh, that was really weird. Whatever. We're fine. We're fine. The run's on. We're good. I got lost out of bounds, which is scary. If that happens and we go too far, the game just crashes, which is obviously...
It's also...
you know, not good.
It's also, you'll notice the little blue bar on the side as well. Like, it's also, like, worrying, because if you spend... That's essentially like a timer. It's the adrenaline meter. And as soon as that meter hits 0, you start losing health. So, like, any time wasting just is scary, because that just goes down and down continuously.
You can turn the adrenaline off, but for official leaderboard speedruns, it's required to leave that on, which makes sense. It's one of the default settings. Come on, Ignatius, go through the gate.
And I'm going to pick up the sword on the next stage.
What is the next level? I don't remember.
Marlbon.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to be grabbing an item here that looks like a little saw. If you kind of want to explain those, Si.
So, essentially the saws, I know we haven't seen any enemies other than bosses right now, but essentially the saws that Kefka picks up, they let you kill any enemy that can be sliced into pieces in one shot. We actually use those for the quick kill on the boss that's coming up.
But I won't be doing that quick kill during the run. just to be clear.
They increase damage as well, just like...
They don't, actually.
No.
So a subtle little strat here is I actually side hopped to the end trigger of the level, and the reason I did that is if I would have walked, it would have had a bunch of flames on screen, and it causes a lot of lag, and the text crawl takes like an additional 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Which is a really weird thing. Wow, that was a super good clip.
Second saw on the stage as well.
So I'm going to play this level a little bit safe. It has the longest out-of-bounds navigation, and it's really easy to just go in the wrong direction and end up, like, off into the void and crashing your game. So I played it a little bit safe and didn't take the best path, just to make sure I didn't overshoot it. Now we're on to the best boss. Oh, yeah.
This is Jose. Jose is just the best.
Yeah, Jose's pretty interesting. So the way you fight...
Look at him go.
The way you fight in vanilla is there's a switch on each side of the map, and we just press each switch, and then it essentially, like, eventually causes him to get crushed by some spikes. I do have a couple healing items, though, if you notice. So, oh god, I fell in the fire. No. I have 1 life. We're getting risky for the biscuits now, boys. Risky. It's all right. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. We got this.
I personally like Jose a lot because of his little top hat.
I think he's supposed to be kind of like a
Jack the Ripper kind of guy.
Jack the Ripper sort of rip-off, yeah. I like how I'm saying that like Jack the Ripper is like an IP. Alright, so Jose is now gone. We've crushed him in spikes. Yeah.
Jack the Ripper wishes he was that cool.
So now we're going on to the last 2 proper levels in the game before the final boss. First we have Westminster. We're going to be picking up
the extra life, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be picking up an extra life, and I think I might even grab an extra healing item just to be safe. I ended up using one more extra one on Jose than what I would have preferred. I'd rather be safe than sorry for that final boss, you know?
Yeah.
So coming
especially
up here,
given how
I gotta hit this bookshelf to open it. It causes a weapon upgrade to spawn, which also doubles our health. We're not as interested in the health upgrade as we are the power upgrade we get from that. So I'll grab the extra life there as well. because it helps out. You'll also notice that we went from having 1 saw to 6. That's something that's exclusive to the 64 version, is when you get this weapon upgrade, any items you have in your inventory, it just like gives you a bunch more of them for no apparent reason.
Love that.
So we're going to the last true level before the final boss. We're coming up pretty quick on the end of the run, actually.
Yeah.
Nice immediate clip there. This is Westminster 2, very short level. Like most of the rest, honestly, they're all pretty short. But we just hop along the edge here, and we cut a right, and we're gonna clip back into bounds right here at the end trigger. Hopefully. Ignatius. There you go.
Come on, man. There we go.
And we're on to the final boss. Now, the final boss has 2 phases. One where you have to fight these little red bat things that are flying around, and then the other one is Crowley himself, who is
there he is.
The guy hanging on the roof. See if I can get
this guy sucks.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. That was gorgeous. That was really nice. So
very nicely done.
So here we are on the true final boss. This boss is terrible. It's just a big, roll of the dice. We're not gonna lose.
Yeah.
The only way to hit this guy is to do combos. Technically, there is one attack you can do that's not a combo that'll hit him, but it's finicky at best.
Yeah. Time is coming up soon.
Yeah, time will come up when I do the last hit on Crowley and behead him. I'll give you an time. Wow, this fight has went stupidly well. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah.
All right, and here we go. We're gonna do a kick and time. And that's Nightmare Creatures any percent. I didn't even have to heal. Did you see that? That was great.
That was pretty good, yeah.
But yeah, that's Nightmare Creatures, man. It just zooms right by. There's really not a whole lot left to say about it. If you want to check out the game, there is a server for the community. Everybody's super helpful, super nice. It's a cool game to look into. There is a sequel to this game that not a lot of people run. That being said, there was a donation incentive to demonstrate the quick kill. Was that incentive met, CJ?
Sorry, Discord was having a stroke. No, unfortunately, it was not met. We were $20 short. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
It happens.
So, it happens for sure. So, is there anything else you guys want to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to say thanks again for having me. I'll be doing some hosting later on in SDAT, and I do have one more run on the last weekend. Be sure to check into that, and be sure to watch all of the rest of this entire essential month of SDAT. It's going to be awesome. Go ahead, Sam.
I also have a run coming up.
Yes, it's
on the first weekend of Yeah.
No, we will definitely have a lot of Kefka and Sai in the foreseeable future. Well, thank you both for that run and the commentary that went along with it. We are going to take a quick pause for the cause. We're going to pay the bills, keep the lights on, and when we come back, we'll be getting ready for our next run, Ultima, the First Age of Darkness. So stay tuned.